Yo, so I gotta address this because we got two Christians or so-called Christians, but they really are Pharisees, like the religious scholars that Jesus was against back in the day. They basically are lecturing Wes and these other people like Jaros and them about how what they do by using that hustler spirit inside of them and like that we have and how we like to like flash when we make money or whatever, we like to stunt. They're saying that we can't motivate people by using material things because it's materialism and this is the downfall of society and all this philosophy, right? But we're talking to people from the bottom. Like if you from the bottom, you know what it feels like to not have. And when you get some, you want to enjoy it, right? And that's what motivates people to achieve high levels of success when they come from the bottom. Now, let's get into this and see what they was talking about cuz this shit gets crazy. Watch this.
Being successful is effectively acting on your intentions. And I think I agree with Andrew that your intentions must align with something bigger than yourself. In my case, it's God, the Christian God. And so success to me is fulfilling on your intentions, but maintaining your ethical standards. And if you're doing that as a Christian, you are in fact procreating. And if you're not, you're doing something that fills in that gap that's equally effective to contributing to a moral society. And I think if you're not contributing to a moral society and you're only contributing to a consumerist society, a materialistic society, that's the only thing you're going to worship. And tons of people worship material things and flash it around, but it's vacant. It's spiritually vacant.
Now, real quick. Now, we know that the material things are not they don't fulfill any life purpose besides for us to have desire to achieve or for those that are definitely trying to solve money problems. Material things can motivate you. Like you can look at something nice and be like, yo, I can't, I'm gonna hustle so I could get that. Cause you want it, cause you come from having nothing. That's just nature. So some people God put in a position to solve financial problems for their whole community. It's crazy. God teaches you through circumstance. Now, him and these two guys here you're going to see, they clearly have never been in those type of struggle because you'll never reach somebody and motivate them anywhere when you're telling them and they're at the bottom. You never had to struggle, right? So you're telling this person who has to struggle just to make rent that having more money and more things wouldn't make life easier. So you are telling them that. Why would you want to have things? Why would you want to have a lot of money? You don't know what it feels like to not be able to buy as much groceries as you need. You don't know that feeling. So you can't understand why people would be so in love with buying fly shit because you never came from that. But we'll get into that. Here's Wes's response.
Craziest thing is, if you looked at the people who are supposedly materialistic, we've helped more people than these guys who claim.
Why is helping? What is? Why is helping? Wait. Why is
lives.
helping important to you?
I mean, because I know what it's like to be at the bottom.
So are you helping someone if you give them an expensive watch?
Why do you think we just do that? You must not know who you're talking to.
I asked you a question. You didn't answer it.
I give them the habits to build themselves.
What did I ask you, though?
Said, am I helping them if I give them an expensive watch? I give them habits, a mindset.
So the answer is no.
How to operate.
So if you give them...
But you guys are assuming we're only doing stuff about materialism.
Can a man answer a direct question?
Jesus Christ. These Karens.
The answer is no.
Look at these fucking Karens.
Go ahead,
dude.
buddy.
How the fuck did these guys even get up here? Why would you bring me here with people like this?
You didn't answer the question.
Dude, fucking shit.
We got different of opinion here. Okay, go ahead, Miguel.
This is why they split it like this. I'm sorry you got put over there.
No, I know.
You don't really fit over there. We need some other little fucking lame douche over there.
Oh man.
I'll still answer the question. is giving someone an expensive watch.
Would any of you guys really hang out with these guys?
This is not an argument.
Like, Jesus Christ.
So look, they can't ever relate to that. And really, he asked the stupidest question. He asked the question and it got answered. And Wes said, I don't give them things. I give them the habits and the mindset that will allow them to acquire things. And what he can't understand is, once you have these things, if any of y'all have made some money before, once you have money, it's very, and if you are only doing whatever you were doing just to get some money, once you get that money, you really relax. You really don't, it's not really, that means it's not really materialism. Real materialism, greed, real materialism is you can't stop for the fact that you want to consume more. That's what they're thinking about. Or that's what they're talking about in their little theories. That's not what it is. That's why when you see successful people get extremely successful, they still go hard because it's not about the money. At a certain point, you've gotten everything taken care of. You're not hustling to get more things at a certain point. Once you get to a certain point, and for a lot of people, that doesn't have to be millions of dollars. A lot of people are good with $100,000 a year. They feel comfortable. They're good. Like, they don't really want that much more. Some people do, or some people lie to themselves and say, I'm comfortable here. But that's even besides the point. It's not the reason that you can motivate with material things is because when you're talking to the people at the bottom that come from where we come from and where he comes from, this is what motivates people. Because you're talking to people who can't pay rent and shit like that. They're like, hell yeah, nigga, if I could give me some more money, nigga. Ooh, I'm about to get fresh. I'm about to get fly. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to buy this. I'm about to do that. Nigga, I ain't doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, but you have to come from that. So realize, y'all, I'm skipping through this. But y'all should go back and watch it. Like, here's the video so you can see where it's at. You can search it. But basically, they keep going on little jabs back and forth. And so this is a little bit farther into the little sit down with Fresh and Fit. And watch how Wes lays it down. Like, watch how he lays it down, pause, and then it's just embarrassing that these people call themselves Christians to me. I'm going to get into that later, and I'm going to go straight to Jesus about that.
I got $55,000 worth of recurring revenue that I make every day if I sit on my fucking thumb and just sit on my ass and fucking play with my balls playing video games. I make $55,000 a day no matter what the fuck I do. Oh wait, I was supposed to say F-bomb anymore. So no matter what, 55 grand a day. But I still get up to show everyone how to live.
Now, wait. So the reason he went straight into the 55,000 a day and playing video games, if he wanted to, which he doesn't do, was because one of the little dudes, the one in the blue shirt, the little blue, like, I don't know what that is, little blue collar shirt. He was like, success to me is like waking up and playing video games with my kids, and then I read 19 books. I read book after book every day. And in my head, I was like, that's clearly why you can't relate. It's because you never had the struggle, first of all. You ain't from it. And then on top of that, maybe you done read yourself into a whole philosophical world that's not like, you can't even speak to real people no more. You're trying to lecture them that having some money is a bad thing.
I still get up to help everyone. I still make a gang of content every day. Because I remember when I was that dude on the prison cell floor and I needed a message to get my ass up. I needed something to motivate me. And the thing is the people who need help, that really need help, are the old me. The dude who will smoke you for some rims on his car. The dude who will seriously take your life to get the stuff he wants. That's the person who needs to relate to someone like me. You don't need to circle jerk a bunch of woke folks who are like, it's not about money. You're not helping Karen by saving 17 other Karens. You need to save the people who are actually the problems of the world, the old me. Those are the people who need saving. And those are the materialistic people. So you need to show those people there's a new route to make money, building your personal brand, teaching people how to really gain control of their life, you know?
So you help the materialistic people by giving them more materialism?
No, to teach them how to do it without committing crimes.
Yeah,
Fat
but,
bull,
but if
shut
they
up.
weren't, if they weren't
it's Myron's turn.
focused on
That was a
materialism,
good
why would they
point,
be
then
focusing
idiot
on
had to
crime?
jump in.
Okay, it's Myron's
Just
turn.
please get this guy a
Oh, how
life-size
can,
mirror.
why is
that
it
he
you can
look
take
at.
shots, but if I respond, you get that upset?
Because look at you.
You look at
shouldn't
you.
even be speaking.
You got veins sticking out of your forehead.
That's called a low
You got,
body
and we
fat.
can see them because you're bald as
That's
can
called
fucking
low-
be. You're
Dude.
tatted from head to toe. You've been raped in prison. Why talk
Okay,
shit?
well, that's
Why not
just
have a
stupid.
debate?
But dude, why are you talking about rape, bro? No one said
Well, you
anything
said you
sexual.
were on the floor and some guy gave you a message.
Okay. Come on, man.
You fat little faggot, bro. Seriously. Like,
All right.
should I just smack the dude in front of everyone just for the whole...
Yo, so you see what's going on? Like, he just gave you game. He was like, I do it for the people. When I was in this situation at the bottom, I needed somebody to motivate me. But when you're at the bottom, are you going to be motivated by these guys right here in the blue collared shirt or whatever they're wearing? Like, talking about, well, materialism isn't going to help anything. You're going to give them more materials? No, dummy. I need to go to the people that need healing. If you think the materialism is the issue, maybe you should do something to reach those people and show them how to make a living in such a way that's legal that they can take care of their material needs so they don't have the desire to rob you to get some money. Then you can talk about how money isn't everything once you've helped them. Because a nigga with no money is not about to listen to you lecture him about how he doesn't need money when he needs to eat today. He's actually going to look at you and be like, it's fresh meat, nigga. Pause. This nigga's easy work. Give me that, nigga. But he ain't from that. And these are the people that never been through and never been to these situations or areas. But they think that they have some type of answer. Nah, these are really people like Jesus was talking about. The Pharisees, they're like perfect. They know the religious law. Jesus is like, well, if you're mad at me because I sit with the sinners and I came to talk to them, that's what a physician does. He goes to the sick, and that's what Wes Watson said. The materialistic people are the ones that are gonna rob you and shoot you for this and that. How are you gonna reach them? Showing what they want is gonna motivate them and attract them. And then I can give them a real message once I help them solve the basic problems. This is called what a teacher would do, or a physician would go to the sick. A physician doesn't go to those who are healthy. The religious scholars, Jesus said, oh, y'all are already perfect. You got your own law that you follow, and you're perfect. You don't need nothing. So why would I come to abide by your law or help you? I'm not here for you. I'm here for the sick, to lead them to repentance and save them. Now let's get to Jesus for real. Now I want to show y'all what Jesus was talking about. Now he meets a tax collector and he tells him, follow me. And this is what happens. And after these things he went forth and saw a publican named Levi sitting at the receipt of custom, and he said unto him, follow me. And he left all, rose up, and followed him. And Levi made him a great feast in his own house for Jesus. And there was a great company of publicans and of others that sat down with them. But their scribes and Pharisees, these are the religious scholars, murmured against his disciples, saying, why do ye eat and drink with publicans and sinners? You know, looking down on them like homeboy, like them other two people was doing. And Jesus answering said unto them, they that are whole need not a physician, but they that are sick. I came not to call the righteous, but sinners to repentance. So Jesus didn't come for you, Pharisee. You already know everything in the world to know, right? You already got it down. You don't need money. You don't need nothing. You're not about to commit a crime for some money. You got it. You're not struggling for nothing. You know how to be a so-called Christian. What you really are is a Pharisee, a scribe. You're one of them, the Sadducees. You know what I'm saying? You're talking down on the people that struggle every day, but you have no answer for them. You tell them how what you have, some money, isn't gonna help them. Really? But hold up. So we're jumping around a little bit because I want to let y'all get a better feel for who these people are, right? So here's a little bit of back part to homeboy who was talking about what he does. They're talking about what they do every day and what success means.
All right. Andrew?
Yeah, so I start off by playing video games with my kids. That's the first thing I start off by doing. And then basically the rest of the day I read books. I read more, and then I read more on top of that. And that's, for me, what I've seen inside of the United States, that most people are illiterate. Because they're illiterate, they can't actually train themselves how to do any of this type of stuff. They don't even know how to read. And they don't know history, they don't know anything. If you were even trying to be materially well off and wealthy, still literacy and being able to understand what it is that you're reading and having a good basis for history, I think, is a necessity for even material success. So I would recommend that you read. More than anything, that you read. And it's something that I notice a lot of people can't do.
All right. Wes?
You guys, Jesus, fuck. Okay.
Get up and buy that watch and then make $1 million.
Okay, shut this fat faggot up real quick.
Okay.
We weren't.
No, for real. You know why it's so crazy? Because in real life, if this wasn't on a stage or nothing like that, I hope people don't really think they would do this in real life, talk that kind of crazy. Like, because in real life, you get dealt with.
I wasn't even going to go
We're on Rumble
fat
now.
boy, but check it out.
We're definitely
You
on Rumble
guys,
now.
we don't have an education issue. We have an application issue. Everything is very easy to do. You have to sit down in the morning. Your conscience is the authentic voice of God. If you look in the mirror and you got tits like fat boy, then in the mirror your conscience is telling you, God damn, you should probably do something about that and maybe not read your 19th fucking book. So as you wake up, your conscience is telling you to make a move to do something. When you guys wake up tomorrow, what will it be? Maybe drop the drink. Maybe go work out. Maybe be better to the people around you. I mean, I've helped and saved more lives than most people could ever fathom, literally, from a very simple process, because prison has a way of programming that makes you mentally strong. And when you look at a man, if he possesses a fucking frame like that, he's so goddamn mentally weak and lies to himself so fucking much, he needs to prescribe to my way of thinking that love ain't lies. It's not. And no man could look himself in the mirror and say he's proud of that shit. So, I mean, the whole point is to really listen to your conscience and have it guide you to the areas that you need to change. I've been getting up at 2:45 for 16 years. I got up at 2:45 for 16 years straight, have never missed, because I knew I had to be mentally strong to be the leader I needed to be when I came out. So I came out and I showed everyone what worked for me in prison to get through my hardest days, the hardest fucking days of my life. I started my time at 25 years old and got out at 35. There was a million thoughts that went through my mind that there's no fucking way I'm going to be successful again, but I didn't care about that. I really just fought through all the pain of what I knew I could be, what I knew I could do, and I really listened to what I had to be. So I was drawn to creating this individual that I admire. And regardless of, if that's what he admires, good. I want you guys to do this and know this is your purpose, to create the man you admire in every way and give that person to the world. So if you create the individual that you unbiasedly admire, you can step in the mirror and say men are supposed to wear bras. If that's what you really believe, then you can do that. But I believe that the man I admire is who's standing in front of you. Someone who's ripped, someone who's rich, and someone who has rare habits that built them into a real leader in a world full of fucking pussies who are so mentally weak, they just side with themselves all day instead of what would really benefit themselves. No video games benefit fucking kids. But anyways, you guys, if that's who you admire, who's looking at you in the mirror, run with that. But if you step in the mirror and your heart, which is God speaking to you, tells you to make changes, make them.
Well
and that's
said.
it. That's what I want you to do. Like, your conscience is the authentic voice of God. And I teach everyone about conscience congruency, living in congruence with your conscience. And that means that everything you're being called to do, no matter how difficult it is, you do it. That's it. So what the fuck changes do you have to make? You got to make them.
Carlos?
So every day I wake up and my first,
So look, how could you look at that? How could you hear what Wes just said? He's just telling you that when you see the areas that you could get better in, and that voice in your head, that voice in your heart, your conscience, God speaking to you, telling you the right thing to do, the one that you ignore or you try to drink away, and you know that that's what you're supposed to do. He's telling you to follow that. That's what solves problems. So when you're looking in the mirror and you're like, you know what? I'm in good shape. I got this, I got that. But I know I could do better. I know I shouldn't have to worry about this bill or that bill. So you should take that and be like, how can I solve that problem? That doesn't mean you're like some type of obsessed person with money or whatever it is. You just naturally, you're going to solve problems. So this don't got to be materialistic. This guy is you know what it really is? Is this person is actually supremely insecure. He's weak and insecure. Them two people. Because everything they hear, they're hearing Wes saying, make more money, or what I have. But that's not what he's saying. He is saying get some more money, but he's not saying this is the end all be all. They're hearing that because they're insecure. They're mad that they ain't getting it how they want to get it. So they rather be super smart in their own mind that they think they're smart and lecture everybody else about how playing video games is the meaning of their life and all that. But like Wes said, because he's being honest, if you really feel happy being fat and playing video games with your kids all day or whatever, and then reading 19 books, if that's you, then do you. But we know, you can't look at no real niggas and tell them that, because we come from it. We read straight through people like this. That's all I'm saying about that. But let's go to the next part. Now I want you to understand why a person like Wes can reach certain people, way more people than these guys. Because I could look at these people, man. We could look at them. We know they're lames. And this is what 50's about to say is exactly the same thing Wes is saying. And because it's the same mindset and the same background that produces niggas like us.
It makes me feel like without having everything that comes out of my mouth be something that you would say that guy's a role model, I'll be an inspiration and inspiring to the people that come from the circumstances I come from. And it gives me a bigger responsibility, not just myself, but for other people, so they can have an example of how they can make it. And not living in a house with both of your parents isn't an excuse for you not making it, or not having anything initially isn't an excuse to not make it. You know, for me, I don't see at this point, I tell them good luck if they think they can make me feel like I can't do something that I set my mind on.
See, we know, like us that are like teachers or leaders or confident in ourselves, we don't even, at a certain point, we don't try to achieve just for our own ego. Like, we're literally doing it because we know what we come from, and we know all the talent we see that from where we come from. And if they could just see someone like them do it, it's gonna motivate them, and that's what we do. We motivate them. Sharing these type of videos is to motivate those exact people. We know who we're talking to, and we can look at them other guys and be like, bruh, ain't nobody gonna listen to you. You not it. You not cool, nigga. You ain't got it, bruh. You're a lame. If that wasn't a stage with security and all of that, he wouldn't be talking like that. And that's why it's even more like, that's why Wes really was snapping. He was really getting triggered, because in real life, these type of people, they don't talk. And if they did talk, we already know what to do with that. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's what I wanted to cover for this. You know what I'm saying? You gotta hustle. We do it to motivate. It ain't really, because really, at a certain point when you achieve things, then you're like, okay, I know I could do that. Okay, I know I could do that. Okay, I know I could do that. But why am I doing it now? I'm doing it now because, first of all, I'm just naturally trying to beat what I think is possible. Second of all, I want everybody around that knows and that's from this to know you could do it too. That's all. Peace out, Jay Midnyte. Midnight Hustle.